What's up everyone, and welcome back to Pokemon Black and White. We are once again in Pinwheel Forest, but today we're hopefully going to be wrapping things up here. The last episode we got my second team member finally, Sawaddle, or Mrs. Spankwire as I would like to refer to her, because that is her nickname. And today we're going to be heading off to the left and facing off against Team Plasma, which is basically what Berg asked us to do like 2 episodes ago, and I haven't really done yet because I've been pretty busy catching Mrs. Spankwire here. Yeah, and speaking of Mrs. Spankwire, there's actually been a little controversy going on with its nickname, and by that I mean that there's a certain website. Yeah, I was not aware Mrs. Spankwire actually has a website, and it is not a website that I am very proud of. I mean, I do not recommend anyone go there, but that is actually not why I nicknamed Sawaddle Spankwire, contrary to what a lot of people believe, and apparently a lot of people knew about the website. I actually had not heard of that website before. I mean, I have obviously heard of other websites of that kind, but not the Spankwire website, so what is behind the name Spankwire is actually just a huge philosophy. And it just kind of spanked in my mind as soon as I came up with it. It was just like, boom, Spankwire. Oh man, that is a sexy name. But basically what's going on here is Spankwire, or Sawaddle, evolves into Leavanny eventually. And Leavanny, if you don't know, it's actually the nurturing Pokemon, and its name is a combination of the words leave and nanny. So, as you guys know, nannies usually beat children by spanking them, you know, to teach them. So that's where the spank comes from. Basically, nannies spanking children to teach them to behave well. So that's where the spank part of Spankwire comes from. Now, Sawaddle, if you're not aware, is a silk threading caterpillar, and silk is a wire. So silk wire and spanking from the nannies. So nanny spank silk wire. That is where the name comes from, basically. So I don't know why, but everyone just kind of jumped on the bandwagon like, oh my god, it's a website and it is a bad website and please don't go on it, and I should just mention the fact that it is a pornographic website because otherwise people are going to be wondering what it is and probably go to it, and I probably should have mentioned that a while ago because there are probably people that already went there, but I'm sorry if any of you have been scarred for life. That is not my intention, but life goes on, and I mean, eventually you have to learn, you know, so grow up, I guess, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it's not an immature thing, it's just that the name is, it has a double meaning, obviously, but the meaning that I would like everyone to know of is the one that I just said, and that is basically all I'm going to say about the Spankwire controversy going on. And now that I've gotten that out of the way, I actually need to heal up the Spankwireness with a Paralyze heal, not an antidote. So let me do that. There we go. We can progress on to defeat Team Plasma and their evilness and repel wards off. There's actually a hidden item, not there. Thought it would be right there, but no, it was not. And again, I have to go into my freaking bag because my repel ran out. So should probably register this actually. Let me do that. There we go. That might help out a little bit. And now I can actually show off when you do the whole thing right here. You can actually rearrange items with the select button and do other shenanigans. And yeah, when you press the register button, all the things that you have registered come up rather than there being select and Y as the 2 things to register. And in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, it was Y, and then the bottom screen registered your running shoes. So you could also register like one more other thing on the bottom screen, I think. I wasn't sure about that. Oh gosh, I just went for Bug Bite. Probably should have gone for a Razor Leaf. Oh my gosh, another lick paralyzed me. This is annoying. And if you guys haven't noticed, all these little red-dressed Indiana Jones people in this forest have the monkeys. Like, this one has the water monkey, the previous one had, I believe, the grass monkey, and there's still the fire monkey to be seen, so I think eventually we'll be running into that. Let's go ahead over here, and this is actually where the hidden item is. It is in this little log. And it is another tiny mushroom. Once again, just reminding you guys, there is a collector that will want to take your tiny mushrooms later on, so don't sell them to like just the regular mart. Keep them around because if you do sell them, you're gonna pretty much regret it when you do run into that seller. So yeah, keep those around for a while. And let's go ahead and fight this Patrat here, or Patrat, or whatever you want to say it like. Say it ain't so. I mean, I don't know why I just said that. Yeah. But there goes down Patrat. whatever. And another Team Plasma goes down as well. And I believe we're actually nearing the end here, but I thought there would be a trainer there. I believe the trainer is actually, yeah, it's definitely in one of these upcoming bushes, just hiding there, waiting for you to pass by. There we go! It's like the world-famous Bushman. I actually went to California, I think 2 summers ago. I went to San Francisco, and the Bushman was there, and it was pretty awesome. Like, he actually, he didn't scare us, because we were in the car, but we saw him, and he was just sneaking up on some people, you know, trolling up a storm, something like that. So let's go ahead and use Razor Shell and take out this Panseer, and with that we have defeated the 3 Indiana Jones with the monkeys. I don't know why they've got like the weird whips with the Pokeballs. I mean, it's like a weird fetish, like, hey honey, let's have a twist here. How about tonight, instead of just a normal ring-a-ling, we do it with like a whip with a Pokeball attached to it. I don't know why anyone would do that, but I guess some people out there must be that freakish to do that. I mean, I don't know, I would probably never do that. But let's get this right here is actually TM86 Grass Knot. Grass Knot is a grass type move, obviously, but the way it works is it hits Pokemon that are heavier. It will hit them more powerfully. And let's go into this patch of grass and actually see if we can find one of the monkeys in it. No, it's just an Audino. Which is actually, I think, Audino. I heard it in the anime last episode that aired on Cartoon Network, I believe. Or either last episode or the previous one. Probably the one from this Saturday. But anyway, we were saying before, Grass Knot, basically the heavier the opponent is, the more damage Grass Knot will do. And I believe it is a, is it a physical move? I don't actually remember that. Might be special. I'm pretty sure it's physical though, so it's like Grass Knot. It's like low kick basically. The heavier the Pokemon, the harder it hits it. They both affect rock types, which tend to be very heavy, so they're kind of the same thing. I don't know. Guess they decided to just make a grass type thing, and it hits water types, but there's not a lot of heavy water types. I wonder what hitting a Wailord with a Grass Knot would be like. I've never done that before, so I wouldn't know, because there's not a lot of Wailords in like the metagame where Grass Knot is more often used, but you can also use it in-game. But anyway, let's go ahead and take out a few other Patrats, and I probably should be using a Paralyze Heal, because it is being a bit annoying here, and oh god, oh gosh, Jesus. Man, probably should have, did not even pay attention. I didn't know this stupid Patrat was using, Bide, but Bide can be a little annoying at times, or a lot annoying. Probably should have switched out to something else, but, here's a Sandile. I don't know if we've seen any of these before, but if we have, I definitely haven't talked about them at all. It's, Ground and Dark type Pokemon. It's basically, like, I don't know why they named it that, because it's just like Totodile, Crocodile, and Feraligatr. The first evolution is Crocodile. No, not Crocodile. The first one is right there, Sandile, which is just like Totodile, and the second one is Crocorock, just like Croconaw. The last one is Crocodile, which isn't at all like Feraligatr, but I guess they had to switch one of them up at least. And there we go. That is that. We have defeated all the Team Plasmas in the Pinwheel Forest, and here's one of the 7 sages of Team Plasma. Which, yeah, there are 7 sages in Team Plasma, and the guy we met back in Cumula Town, I believe it was, yeah, I think it was Cumula, Getsis, he's actually another of the 7 sages, as the guy is saying right there. And Team Plasma's goal is actually to free all Pokemon, however they are huge hypocrites because they themselves keep Pokemon in Pokeballs, so that is why they must go down and not proceed to doing their evil things. And big black woman Lenora comes out of nowhere, just running around here, probably carrying some stolen TVs. I'm sorry. What? What am I talking about? Yeah. But, you know, Lenora is just a nice lady. She doesn't do anything at all. And we will give her the Dragon Skull that was stolen from her. That's ironic, isn't it? Stealing from a black person? Oh, man. There we go. That is that. There are not any hidden items here. I actually thought there would be, but apparently not. And that was the last Team Plasma in the forest. So after this, we actually proceed on to the next city, because we've already taken care of all those trainers, but I actually want to go heal up. There is something over there. I don't know if we can get there yet. And thank you to all those very nice people that mentioned this, because I always seem to forget everything that's important. And I definitely used this nurse in the previous episode, the one before the gym. And I don't know why I just didn't remember to use her yesterday. No, that sounds weird. Just use her. But yeah, we cannot proceed over here. There is this man. He senses the presence of a fierce Pokemon. And there is actually a legendary Pokemon in this forest. However, we can't get that until probably post Elite Four. And oh gosh, what is this? Oh man, 3D graphics at their finest. Also pixelated men at their finest. But this is basically just black and white showing off their awesome 3D graphics. Like, woo, look at me, I can be 3D and stuff. That is that. Let's go ahead and go over here, talk to this young man, and he will give you a Quick Claw, which I believe we already had one anyway, so now we may just have two. I don't know, I think I'm confusing this with another game, but there is a Quick Claw there, and that lady does nothing, so let's proceed on to Sky Arrow Bridge! Oh man, it's 3D showing off at its finest. And I don't understand why there are cars in this Pokemon game. I mean, why are there cars in a Pokemon game at all? I don't get that. Like, if there are cars in the city that we're actually heading off to, there's just like huge roads and there's no cars used. There's just people walking about. It's like, I don't know why there's cars and trucks if you don't even like use them. So here's just Pokemon showing off their 3D graphics, and I don't believe you can ever catch up to that cruise ship. I've always tried it. There's like no way to catch up to it. And yeah, there's just 3D graphics. Looks all pixelated. Even in the real DS, this is actually what it would look like. It's just all pixelated. I mean, I like it, but just not that huge of a fan, I guess. You know, if it wasn't so pixelated, maybe it would be better, but I don't know, it's just awesome the way that the angle changes all the time. But this bridge here is just basically showing it off, and yeah, this is a sneak peek of the city we're heading off to, Castelia City skyline. Let's look at that. Oh man, there seem to be huge buildings. I guess by now everyone should be able to predict where we're going. If you ever played the Japanese game, or if you've already beat Black and White, you definitely know where it is, because I know a lot of people have actually beaten it already. Everyone at my school seems to be around the 8th gym now, and I've been playing it on my real DS. I'm actually still at the 6th gym because I left it at a friend's house and I haven't been able to play it, but we're, here we are in Castelia City, sorry. Finally made it, I guess. Busy. After I eat breakfast, I have to think about lunch. After eating lunch, I think about dinner. What a busy day, oh man. Just like me. After school, I think about the computer. After the computer, I think about sleeping. After sleeping, I think about waking up and going to school. And then the process repeats itself all over again. If we go over here, this young man here, or this scientist, will actually ask which of the monkeys you have. I have Pansear. You can actually choose either one of them, and he will give you the evolutionary stone that evolves each of those. So if you choose Pansage, you can get a Leaf Stone. Pansear, you can get a Fire Stone. Pampor, you can get a Water Stone. I'm actually just going to evolve my Pansear, so let's go ahead and get the Fire Stone here. Just keep in mind that you can choose any of them, even if you don't have that one. And you can catch all the monkeys in the forest anyway, so if you don't like the one that you get from your starter, you can catch the other two in the shaking grass in the forest. So, yeah, let me go ahead and wrap up this episode by evolving our monkey, because I do not want to begin the exploration of the city just yet. So let's go ahead and evolve Pansear and wrap up the episode with that. Oh my gosh! Pansear is disintegrating into little pixel chunks and probably evolving. And here is probably the gayest looking monkey. And by gay I actually just mean homosexual. The water one also looks pretty bad, but it's a girl. You can also click this button here, and that reorganizes your items, but I usually like to do that and then also switch up my repel to the top. By the way, Moon evolves with a Moonstone, which apparently we've gotten one, so if you have a Moona, you can evolve it already. And that is it for this episode. Next time, we'll be exploring some more of Castelia City, probably doing a couple of the side quests before the gym, because there is a gym in the city. And let me just, I guess, show off the rotation, because I know a lot of people have been waiting for this, and it is awesome. The first time I saw it, I will admit, I almost jizzed myself, so this city's pretty amazing, with its rotation and everything. And if you go all the way to the edge, you can actually get a zoom out. So let's do that now, and unfortunately there's a stupid lamppost in the way that don't let us from, or keep us from rotating all the way around it. But let's go into the Pokemon Center, and I'll see you guys next time.